Very sorry for this dark lighting. I am way too lazy to pull out my ring light. Forgive me. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaylin and I make bookish lifestyle videos here on YouTube, and today's video is one of my favorite videos I do here on my channel, and that is my books to screen adaptation series. Basically, the whole point of this series is to see if the book is really better than the movie, or is the movie better than the book. And this month's is The Hobbit. I'm very nervous, but also kind of excited to dive into this world. I have watched Lord of the Rings, but I can't really count that because it's been years. And the first and last time I've watched them, I may or may not have been consuming an adult beverage the entire time. Was my mind really there? No. So we're gonna go into it and do it right. And we're starting with The Hobbit, which is the prequel to The Lord of the Rings, I think. And this is also considered a modern classic. I'm not a classic girly, so I'm very nervous for this book, but I'm excited for this world. I have already started this book, but I cannot give you my fair thoughts or feelings because I'm only 18 pages into this book. So literally I'm not even on chapter 2 yet. Chapters are really long in this book, which is another thing I don't like. I don't like when books have really long chapters. I'd rather have a million chapters than like 6 long ones, if you get my gist. But I'm excited. The opening line of this book, or I guess the opening paragraph of this book, just set the mood for this whole entire story and like what exactly is the people who live in the Hobbit. So I'm gonna read it. It says, "In a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit, not a nasty, dirty, wet hole filled with the ends of worms and oozy smell, nor yet a dry, bare, sandy hole with nothing in it to sit down or to eat. It was a hobbit hole, and that means comfort." And I was like, so this is gonna be like a cozy fantasy maybe? I don't know. But from what I've already read, I'm getting very cozy vibes. And also I'm getting like the Hobbit is very much an introvert homebody, and me, I'm the Hobbit. I should live in the Hobbit. Okay, so when I know more about this book, I will come back with my thoughts and my feelings. This lighting is absolutely atrocious. I'm so sorry, but as you can see, I am not at my house. I'm not in my bedroom. I'm in my parents' house for the weekend, and this was my brother's room, so it's turned into a guest room because he no longer lives here, and my room was turned into an office. So I wanted to give you a reading update because I have the updates on The Hobbit, and I am now 109 pages into this book. And also, I hope you guys can maybe hear it. I don't know. It is currently thunderstorming outside, so if there's like a loud bang, it's the thunder. Anyways, back to The Hobbit. I won't lie, I had to get the audiobook in order to get into this book. The audiobook definitely helps. Like, the narrator is so good. He's got such like a cozy, comforting voice. I don't know how to explain it without sounding weird. I am listening to it while following along with my eyes, and this is such a cozy story, okay, you guys? So in this book, you're following a hobbit named Bilbo, and he lives in this little hobbit community where they have holes in the ground, kind of. I'll put a picture up of the Hobbit in case you guys have no idea what it looks like. I know what it looks like because I've seen it floating around the internet, but it's basically, in my head, it's just like a cozy little home built into like the earth. And it's very cozy, comforting. There's always a fire going. There's comforting food. And in my head, Bilbo is a introvert. He loves his home. He loves being home. And that's like his love, is being home. And one day a wizard called Gandalf comes to him and is like,
"Hey, I need you to come on this adventure with me." And
he's like,
you know, come around for tea.
So the next day when he's supposed to come around for tea, 14 dwarfs. Are there 14 dwarfs? I think there's 14 dwarfs who come to his door. I don't know, there's a lot of dwarfs that show up to his door, and it turns out they're all gonna go on this adventure to get this treasure that this dragon is guarding. So basically you're following Bilbo and the dwarfs and Gandalf on this adventure to get the treasure. And they go through like a bunch of stops along the way. Like they run into trouble with goblins, they run into trouble with Gollum. You meet Gollum, you know, the guy who was like, my precious. That was awful, but you know who I'm talking about. So you run into him, and then you run into some wolves. Like they just get into some trouble, but it's basically like a cozy story so far. I know we're gonna get into trouble, but I don't think it's gonna be anything that's not cozy. Like even if they do get in trouble, it's written in such like a cozy way. I don't know, hopefully that makes sense. I'm really liking it. I'm gonna read some more because I stopped in the middle of a chapter, so I need to pick that up. The one thing about this book I don't like, and I'm gonna give it grace because it is a modern classic, is that the chapters are so long, you guys. But they do have pictures, like there's illustrations. I don't even know if y'all can see that because of the, oh, Wyatt, I'm gonna listen to some more. Let's get to reading because I am in the mood to read, especially with this rain outside. Yes. Guys, I have some updates for The Hobbit. I am now on page 200, 76 pages away from the ending, and I've been fully listening to it on audiobook and following along kind of, but mainly the audiobook when I've been doing like tasks around the house, which has been really, really nice. And I have grown to really, really love this story, the world, the characters. And it happened before I even know it. Like, I for sure thought I wouldn't really, like, love the characters as much as I do. But I have just been finding myself rooting for them, smiling when they say something. And, like, Bilbo has, like, wormed his way into my heart. Like, I love Bilbo so much. Like, Bilbo is me if I were a hobbit. Like, for sure. Because he just keeps, like, saying, I just miss my hole in the ground. I miss my home. I miss my tea. I miss my cakes. I miss my warm, cozy house. And I'm like, me. That's me, Bilbo. That's me. According to the audiobook, I have 3 hours and 9 minutes left. But I don't know, considering I only have 76 pages left. So that seems like a lot more hours for 76 pages. So I don't know. We'll see. But I will say the narrator reads it very slow. Like, he's a slow narrator, but I really like him. He kind of, I think he may have narrated the Harry Potter books. I'm not exactly sure, but some of the voices he is doing really like click something in my head. I'm like, I think I've heard this voice before, which nothing against him. He's fantastic. Like, this guy is fantastic. In case you guys want to listen to the audiobook, this is the one I'm doing. It has this cover on it because there's a couple on there. So that's the one I'm listening to, and I really, really like it. Yeah, so they're now at that point where they've reached the mountain with the dragon, and Bilbo has slowly but surely proven himself to the dwarves. The dwarves have kind of not really put much faith in Bilbo. Gandalf's like, oh, he's the only one that can do this. Like, you'll see, he's great, blah, 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 blah. Even Bilbo didn't believe in himself. But slowly over time throughout their adventures, he has come to believe in himself. And he's like, oh, you know what? I actually can do this. I've got this. And then you enter the hole with the dragon, and he's like,
yeah, I stuck my foot into this one, and I don't know if I can do this, but I need to unstuck my foot.
And I'm just like, oh my God. So that's basically where I'm at. It's really cozy. I really, really like it a lot. I don't want to say it's low stakes. I mean, it's kind of low stakes. I say it's low stakes, even though they've gotten themselves with like giant spiders and trolls and goblins, and we've met Gollum, and we've met elves too. But it's really low stakes. It's nothing like fighting like knife to the throat kind of thing. So if you're looking for a very cozy, like low stakes fantasy that you're just following like a hobbit and dwarfs and a wizard along their adventure, this one, I really, really like this one. And it makes me excited to like carry on with the Lord of the Rings like universe. Like, I fully feel I am ready to jump into Lord of the Rings. But why am I doing like I'm done with this book? I'm not done with this book. It's currently St. Patrick's Day. So it's Sunday and I want to finish this today, but I probably won't speak to you guys again until next weekend because I am planning on watching The Hobbit on Friday. Definitely will be watching this Friday and starting it at like 6 o'clock. I'm not even lying to you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to reading and I will catch up with you when I finish the book. It's been a couple days since I've last spoken to you guys about The Hobbit, but I've actually finished The Hobbit and I've edited this video up until this point, and pretty much in the last clip I said my review for this book. I should have just waited until I've read those final like 70 pages to even tell you guys my thoughts, but I gave this book a 4-star. I was pleasantly surprised. I was pleasantly surprised by this book and how much these characters have like wormed their way into my heart. It's not often characters do, so when they do, they stay there. And I'm actually very excited to see this adapted to screen. I'm very excited to watch it. So I know there's 3 movies in the Hobbit trilogy, which kind of confuses me because there's only one Hobbit book. So is the book separated into 3 movies? I don't know. Someone let me know. We're just gonna watch the first movie tonight and see how we feel about it. I have no more to add to this book other than like, I loved it. And I'm really glad I did the audiobook and follow along because I don't think I would have liked it as much as I did. But I was going to bake twice baked honey cakes that is mentioned in this book when they stop by Gandalf's friends, who's like a bear skinwalker, that person. But I'm gonna bake something that I think Bilbo would bake if he knew about it, and that is banana bread, because I have 4 very ripe bananas that need to be baked and I don't want them to go to waste, so I'm just gonna make banana bread. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make banana bread, and then later tonight we're going to watch The Hobbit. I'm very excited for it. We're gonna get cozy in my bed. We're gonna have it on my projector, because if you don't know, I have a projector because that's how I love to watch movies, on the big screen. I think that's how they should be watched. And we're just gonna have a fun time tonight. We're gonna do that, and then I will come back here tomorrow and say if the book was better or if the movie was better. The movie is very long. I think it's almost 3 hours long. The regular version, I don't even know how much longer the extended version is, but okay, let's go bake banana bread. Friends, so it is much later. It is time to turn on the projector and watch The Hobbit. It is 8 something at night, 8:05. I just want to say I'm very tired. So I'm crossing my fingers I'll be able to watch this entire movie tonight, so we shall see. Let's get this place ready to watch a movie.
Not a nasty, dirty, wet roof with good food, a warm hearth, and all the comforts of home.
Excessive, isn't it? You've got cheese, mate. Cheese, mate. He eats it by the block. I'm not sure if walking holidays.
Such a weird angle, but hello. I am 50 minutes into this movie and I'm really liking it a lot. I love Bilbo so much, and this movie is so much more funnier than like the book let on. Like, I know the book was funny, Bilbo is funny, but yeah, it's just a lot more funnier than I thought it was going to be, and I'm just loving it. I'm at the part in the movie where they're just now starting their adventure. Also, I want to live in the Shire. Like, it looks so cozy in a Hobbit hole. But I have my banana bread here. I'm gonna cut a slice and then we're gonna go back to watching the movie. Please ignore how awful I look. I had no idea that they ended up making 3 Hobbit films for 1 book. I don't know why I didn't connect the dots. So I'm gonna have to watch the other 2 movies. I'm gonna start the second one tonight and then probably finish it tomorrow and then watch the last one tomorrow night. I do have my family coming over tomorrow for a good chunk of the day. So I'll probably have a late night tomorrow night, but I'm gonna start this because I'm getting sleepy, but I'm not that sleepy. I'll give you my thoughts and my feelings on the first Hobbit movie, The Unexpected Journey, tomorrow. So let's start The Hobbit. This is called The Hobbit. Sorry, I don't have my glasses. The Hobbit and the Desolation of Smaug, which is a dragon. So let's go start it. Hi guys, it is the next morning and last night I finished The Hobbit and the Unexpected Journey, and like I said, I had no idea that they split the Hobbit book into 3 separate movies. Kind of makes sense because there is a lot in the Hobbit book, like the book. I feel like they added another storyline with like the orcs going after Thorin, and they expanded on that than they did in the book. So that's one of the differences I'm noticing. But I started, what is this one? The second one, The Hobbit and the Great Desolation of Smaug, which is the dragon they're trying to go and like defeat to bring the dwarfs home so they can have their kingdom back and their lands back and be safe and sound. And I didn't get that far into it. I have 2 hours and 19 minutes left. I'm currently going to eat my breakfast and watch a little bit of this. My parents are coming over around like 11:30. I have some tidying up to do before they come, and obviously I need to shower and like take care of this. But for the time being, I'm gonna watch like a little bit of it. I may do like a half hour of this and then get back to it. I've been up since 7 and I thought about like sitting in bed and watching this until I finish it, but I realized I have over 2 hours left and I said I can't do that. So we're gonna do that. Where this movie picks up, it picks off, if you've read the book, it picks up where they go and see this skinwalker who's Baron. He's the bear skinwalker, and they go and see him, and this is before they get into the dark forest, like the enchanted forest. So at this point they have entered the forest, and that's where I've left off. So I am really enjoying these movies a lot. The first movie, like, I really loved it, especially like the first half of the movie where you get to know Bilbo and the dwarfs and like how they interact with each other and them just like going on their adventure. So I'm gonna go back to watching this movie, and we have this movie to watch and then we have the last one to watch today. So it's probably gonna be a late night because my parents are coming over and I don't know what time they're leaving. So whenever they leave, I have to finish this one and then watch the next one. So this video can go up tomorrow. So you're kind of seeing this in like a little bit of real time because this is the day before I'm uploading this video. Okay, I'm gonna go back to watching this movie. I just finished the second movie. The ending? I'm so excited for the third one, but also sad because I don't want to like leave these characters because I really love these characters so much. So far the first one's still my favorite one, but the second one has a lot more plot expansion, world expansion. You get to know the characters a little more better. So I don't know, the first one I think is just so cozy, like the beginning of it. I really love spending time in the Shire. So yeah, I don't know, I really like it. And I'm excited to watch the third one. I'm gonna take a little bit of break because my parents are very close to being here. I'm shocked I actually was able to finish the second one before they came here. Yeah, so I'm gonna pick up and watch the third one tonight, and then tomorrow morning I will wrap up my thoughts, my feelings, and then you guys will have the video available to you. Hello guys, it is now Saturday night. I had a lovely day with my parents. I'm about to watch the last Hobbit movie in a little bit. I have my piece of my banana bread here, so let's watch the last Hobbit movie. I'm really excited, but really sad this adventure is gonna be over with, but really excited to see what happens in the last movie. So let's get to watching.
everything you get from the good, the bad. Everything you really be home.
Happy Sunday, guys. I'm here to wrap up my vlog for The Hobbit and tell you my thoughts and my feelings on all the movies, kind of recap what I thought of the book and stuff like that. So I realized while editing this vlog, I said multiple times that, well, first I said that there was 3 movies, and then multiple times I said I didn't know there was 3 movies. What I meant is I didn't know this book was split into 3 different parts. Movie-wise, it makes a lot more sense why there's 3 Hobbit movies and 1 Hobbit book. I was a little like, The Hobbit and the Unexpected Journey, probably my favorite movie out of all 3 because I think it sets the tone for what exactly the trilogy is going to be like, for who Bilbo is and for what is to come, and you get to know the characters a little bit and like fall in love with them. And also I really love that they showed the Shire. Like, the Shire is so cozy and comforting. Like, I want a TV show that is just based in the Shire. Like, I want to see the Hobbit's everyday life. Can we get on that, please? The second movie, The Desolation of Smaug. The end of The Desolation of Smaug, you kind of see Bilbo go from being very doubtful to himself to being like, you know what? I'm here for a reason. I'm here to stay. You guys are going to accept me, and I'm gonna save y'all's asses. He doesn't really say that, but that's kind of like how you see him start to feel, because time and time again, Bilbo is there to save the day, and it's the person they least expected. And at the end of the film is where Thorin accepts Bilbo, because Thorin has always been like, he's gonna slow us down. He doesn't need to be here. I don't know why he's here. I don't really want him here. And at the end of the movie, he's kind of like, you know what? Thank you, because Bilbo does something that helps him. I also really just love the world of The Hobbit. I think it's a fantastic world. I don't know, I love seeing everyone, and the second movie is really where you get to know the personalities of each and every dwarf, and like Gandalf and Thorin and Killy and Philly. I'm not gonna name them all, but there's a lot of dwarfs, and Bilbo especially, you get to really know Bilbo. The third movie, The Battle of the Five Armies, ripped my heart out time and time again. Okay, I don't know why I didn't know, like, I don't know why I didn't see it coming, because I read the book. I must have been busy at work when these parts came up, because I don't really remember these parts unless they weren't in the book. I think they were in the book though. I feel like they were in the book and I just didn't remember. I'm really bad at remembering what happens in a book. Like, once I read it, it's kind of gone, unless it like really sticks in my brain. My brain picks and chooses like weird memories to like hold on to. I don't know. Anyways, but oh my God, I cried so much in this movie. I didn't know I was going to cry. I really, really enjoyed the ending of this movie though. The ending of this movie really got me. Really got me. Like, when he was saying bye to everyone, oh my God. And he said, T is around 4. No. I will say the last movie really truly does lead up to its title, because it says The Battle of the Five Armies. It's truly a battle the entire movie. If you aren't a fan of like action, battle scenes, you probably wouldn't like it. Honestly, I think anyone out there, especially you book girlies, if you have not seen The Hobbit, I'm probably the last person on the earth to see The Hobbit, but if you have not seen The Hobbit trilogy, watch it. It's really good. Like, it's really good. This is definitely like the blueprint for fantasy. I don't know why we don't do more fantasy. Like, this is truly fantasy. I feel like there's different types of fantasies, but this is like fantasy. Like, this is what I want to see when I'm reading a fantasy book and watching a fantasy movie or TV show. Also, I think this sets up for a couple characters who we see in Lord of the Rings. If you guys want to see me read the Lord of the Rings trilogy and then watch the Lord of the Rings movies, that will be one video, because no need to separate them. Let me know, because I'd be glad to do this. So let's rank the movies. I think my favorite one is The Unexpected Journey, because it's such just like sets the tone, like I said. Honestly, my second favorite is The Battle of the Five Armies, just because of the emotions I felt through it, and I think it was very exciting to watch, and I think the ending of it was a perfect way to end the entire like trilogy of The Hobbit, and how The Hobbit comes to an end, and like how it sets up for Lord of the Rings. And then my last favorite is The Desolation of Smaug. So do I think the book is better than the movie or the movie is better than the book. This one's hard because there's 3 movies. I don't know. Can I cheat and say I think they're both fantastic and I think they're both worth the read and the watch? Like, I think if you're going to watch The Hobbit, I would say read the book first. So maybe the book is better than the movie. I don't know, but the movies are really good and there's so much more in the movies than there is in the book. Listen to the audiobook of The Hobbit and then watch the movies, because I feel like once you read The Hobbit, it'll set up some things so that way you have better knowledge going into these movies. But I don't know. I really like it a lot. I think these movies are definitely gonna go into Kaylin's archives of favorite movies, especially The Unexpected Journey. I could see myself watching that over and over again throughout my lifetime because of how, like, cozy it is. And it's weird to say it's cozy because, like, they're fighting in this movie, but I don't know, it's like a comforting kind of feeling. I don't know, anyways. So those are my thoughts and my feelings. If you guys have read or watched The Hobbit, let me know. I would love to know your thoughts and your feelings. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you guys are subscribing because it would mean so much to me. And remember to be kind to yourself and to others around you. And I will see you guys next Sunday. I love ya!